Good morning, everyone. I am OracleUnicorn, and welcome to Shaman Messages. Please keep in mind this is a general read. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Put some things in your back pocket. You never know, you might need it for later. Be sure to check your moon rising or your zodiacs on my Facebook page, OracleUnicorn, hashtag OracleUnicorn, because I have my zodiacs definitely going on. Almost finished with all my zodiacs on my Facebook page. All I have left to do is Leo, Cancer, and Aries. And tomorrow I will be taking a day for myself, and then I will be getting into the rest of the zodiacs on my Facebook page. Hi, hello, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay, I want this deck. Okay. All right, well, I wanted to do my Shaman deck, but it was just like, but I want to come out. Oh, okay. Oh, I'll do this deck then. All right, this is the Woven Wisdom. All right, this is one of my warning decks too. I have an Ancestor Wisdom, an Ancestor, Ancient Ancestors deck with the dream animals, and I've been using that a lot as warnings. And thank you. And this is my Fae kind of warning decks or self-growth type deck. So that's what I use this for. All right. That's interesting. Well, that's pretty weird. That kind of looks congruent to the 13th reading. The reading I did on the 13th. That's pretty interesting. Okay. I am definitely going to go ahead and bring that other deck out too. Wow, look at that. Dang. Okay. What? Well, now I see why this is out here. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get this deck too, though. Okay, because that's trippy energy. That's like, holy crap. Ridiculous. Wow. Okay, so now I see exactly why that happened. We're going to get down and dirty with this one. Like, oh, apparently we're getting seriously down and dirty. And on top of that, all right, so there's an element of freedom going on, and there's an element of like stealing. Okay, well, this is showing more of an energy of freedom with this, like the beautiful way with soul retrieval, and a shift in one's perspectives and listening with appropriate meaning and eliminating, keeping a clear mind. I really feel there's a lot of healing of intrusive thoughts and of the disowned self, and listening with appropriate meanings and things, okay? Because this is really like certain aspects of yourself you felt like, or it was kind of imprinted on you since you were a kid, that you weren't supposed to be this way. You weren't allowed to be this way. It was not right. It was not proper to be this way. But there's like this acceptance of this self and going inward and kind of doing a shift in healing a lot of these understandings and thoughts of oneself. Okay. And it's a need for acceptance and one's hidden beauty, no matter how weird or off it is. And oh man, I totally get that energy because I'm kind of a weird and off person. This is it's the right time for this. And also for some of you, you're going to have luck and fortune. And some of you, you're going to end up moving, or you're going to get a new home, or there's a cleansing of a home, a huge cleansing of a home. There's moving forward when it comes to order and direction of one's true form and social dynamics. So some of you are changing your social dynamics because you are being revealed certain truths about the people that you maybe used to allow yourself to be around, and I feel like you may get wind of scrutiny energy, okay? And that's why the disowned self is there. And then you're going to contemplate a lot of this energy in your own mind, but don't be hard on yourself. Like, be who you are, allow yourself. I mean, that's why it's the disowned self. We are who we are for very specific reasons. And that's part of this self-healing journey. That's part of, the truth within, going in oneself and allow a lot of these memories and gaining of insanity, responsibilities, and partnerships. Now that can be in love too. Some of you may have experienced a person that, kind of verbally beat you up a lot. And just made you feel horrible about the person you are. And it's just, that's not cool. Hi, nice to see you. Oh, thank you for liking and subscribing. Greatly appreciate it. What? Okay, so let's see here. Oh, my work is getting better. That's awesome. Yay. New beginnings and orientation of one's goals and joyous flight. So really being able, I feel that someone's starting to understand some sort of, like these thinking, this true form. See, because you have this true form. So it's that deciphering of the I'm surprised you didn't get the separation of yourself, the Medusa card, but you did get the witch. So it seems like there's some sort of revealing of some sort of. All right, Christian, you're being very loud, please. Can you crack your door, please? Okay. And listening a lot of this with clarity when it comes to masked intentions with, people in your life. Dishonesty, deception, I feel like that's why the disowned self is there, because someone wasn't listening to their intuition about these people. And there was a lot of whitewashing going on, because you do have that whitewashing card and a self-deception when it comes to one's internal feminine, like the natural you. And it's okay being the natural you, who you are. I mean, if those that matter, or those that mind don't matter, those that matter won't mind. They'll love you for who you are. Okay, yeah, right, exactly. So yeah, we totally see this here. Some of you may end up going into a soul retrieval journey, and it's going to help with a lot of this. I see mental freedom about restless thoughts. Yes. Okay. And that's that new ideas and joyous flight, and having courage to take flight towards this graceful surrender in a lot of these things, rebuilding and rejuvenating yourself, being able to really analyze and understanding the analyzation within your own heart and intuition, especially when it comes to feeling things of dishonesty and deception with people that you may be around. I'm hearing with people that you may work around with. You don't need to focus too much on the deception that the people are doing towards you. I would definitely just stay focused in yourself, your feelings with yourself about all of this, and keep true to your actions, because, I keep talking about this energetic bank. It keeps building. If you have pure intent, pure of heart, your energetic bank will keep building up in this. Okay. And I don't do free readings on, or I don't do readings like public on my thing, but I do personal readings. So the information for that is below. But, and if you're pure of heart, your energetic bank is going to build up some. And, it's like wine. The more it ages, the sweeter it gets, and the more value it collects, right? Well, that's what your energetic bank does, okay? It will build and build and build and build and build until the universe goes, hey, look at what you just created, right? When someone pulls out that wine, like 30, 50 years old, they're like, look at this. It's going to be very beautiful, very nice, and very sweet on the tongue, right? I mean, that's what they say, right? Well, same thing. Okay. So, and that's why we have this lightening up. And that's how you can have that, eliminate that anger, eliminate that resentment when it comes to those people, because what do you think they're putting in their energetic bank? It's some cold-hearted, nasty stuff, right? What do you think is going to come back? Or what do you think they're digging themselves a hole, and then when they're in this hole, they look up and go, oh, what's going on? And the universe is like, well, honey, you just dig that hole, okay? Now, you're just going to have to get yourself out of this, or, stop building your bank this way. I mean, you worked to have that, so this is what you got. Now, if you've been really pure with yourself, and with other people, and those people that have been doing that to you, your energetic bank is definitely going to be a lot different. Okay. And it is patience, it's that energy of patience. Okay. And that's that caution, clarity, that graceful surrender, and that rebuilding of yourself. Like, I see it rebuilding yourself up. So you can really, it really strengthens the element of faith, or just kind of knowing, oh, okay, there's going to be an Eight of Pentacles time. Not just one Eight of Pentacles. I've noticed in my own journey, it's an Eight of Pentacles is putting work into something, okay? And you're kind of like being patient for the results. And I've noticed that it will build up all the way to like a 3 or 4 Eight of Pentacles. Like, basically you did Eight of Pentacles here, and then you kind of move into another Eight of Pentacles cycle, and then another Eight of Pentacles cycle. Well, that's Eight of Pentacles cycle, Eight of Pentacles cycle, Eight of Pentacles cycle. So whenever, it's a lot like, you put in your savings maybe $100 every paycheck, and that it builds like that. That's exactly what your energetic bank is like. Okay. And I talk a lot about this energetic bank thing in Scorpio too, but this is my collective. I really felt this was very important to do for the collective as well. All right, so this really illuminates a lot of pure intent, a lot of peace in your heart, in your way of doing things, because you just know. It's not, kind of falling on trying to have blind faith, or trying to figure it out, or trying to feel, okay, what am I doing wrong because I'm not getting what I'm working for. In a way, with the universe and the cycles of life, cause and effect. You are, and then if you get to a point to where you feel like you've been working and working and working and working, and you're kind of wondering, okay, what's going on? Well, that's when you get a phone or like a little baby gift from the universe being like, thank you so much for all of your work, but what you're really working for, what we're really building for you, is not all the way done yet, okay? It's not all the way mature yet. And so that's exactly why you'll get baby things as you've worked so hard for other things, okay? And that's this internal feminine, and that, graceful surrender, okay? That graceful surrender to the flow of things, and just, knowing. And just, it's like, it turns that whitewashing away, because when someone tries to do something to you, or they try to kind of imprint something, or you see an element of how you're going to whitewash, you may point out something. But keep in mind, you can't, so you can warn someone all you want, but if they don't get it, they won't get it. So it's not worth keep on trying to put your energy into it. And that's when it's time to kind of, like, all right, well, you can keep trying to stab that knife in my back, but I know I'm protected, and honestly, energetically, you can work these things out, and the whole universe and the forces of life totally have your back on this. Okay. So we have experience life as it comes, and lightening up, seeking this, and it's like seeking this with that feeling, because it has the unknown form on here, and following that light essence, and as it builds its form. Okay, so it's putting a lot of that energetic work. I mean, this explains it right here too. A lot of that energetic work into it, and then it creates its own form with the work and the right timing. We ended up getting that right timing energy here, didn't we? I know we did. Yes, that right timing for what is really like you really want it. Okay, if you would have just stopped here and wanted to get the gift now, right then and there, I put so much work, why can't I just get it right now and here? And then the universes or the forces of life or your guides are like, well, that's not all the way what you think it would be, and honestly what you really want is over here, and you just need a little more work to get there. And so I feel like that's what some of you are doing, and you're gaining a lot of security about that. Okay, a lot of security, and thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. Much appreciated. All right, so now there is, okay, so we are eliminating this self-deceit, whitewashing energy when it comes to true riches, which are true riches in oneself. That's why this is here. Ugh, no wonder. I mean, I just blew all that out the water, didn't I? And that's that. You see, it's that diamond you keep of yourself, that pure accent of yourself that you felt kept getting beaten down. But now you're nurturing it. Now you're understanding it, and you're really going to be able to nurture it, and you're really going to be on top of that energetic bank. Okay. And this is what's really illuminating a lot of your fulfillment. I mean, and peace within this fulfillment, and peace within the building of this fulfillment. Okay. Okay. Appreciation of the journey, seeing the results, definitely. And you'll start feeling the energetic results, okay? As it builds, your guides, the energies of like everything, you'll start seeing the shift in certain people that are also seeing your difference, okay? And they'll start reacting to you a little bit differently. It's a slow process, but you'll start seeing it more, and it'll really start like getting your goat, like in a good way, getting your goat. Okay. It's really cool. It is. I've seen it a lot start happening in my own life, and I'm like, oh, what? I just hit bullseye, yo. And look at that. We have wise choices on top of opportunity, on top of caring for community, on top of avoiding pitfalls. Like, you literally understand all these pitfalls. You start getting it. Like, you're like, oh, okay. And keep in mind, if you lose out on a specific battle, it's because you have something more valuable for yourself and something better as to why you maybe missed out on something. And then, when that comes in, so just stay focused. That's what really eliminates a lot of that being like, oh, why did they get that? They didn't work that hard. Exactly. They didn't work that hard. That's why they ended up with that opportunity. And that's why you're getting yours a little later on. And it's actually definitely going to be a lot better. I mean, do you want that 20-year-old wine or do you want that 100-year-old wine? Whew, I think I want that 100-year-old wine, right? I want that elderberry wine back there. I mean, yeah. Like for real. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. That is coming out of this despair with yourself and understanding really what's going on, okay? And this is really what I put a lot of work into because I understand that confusion. Oh man, I understand that confusion. Like, why can't I have a regular job? Why am I breaking like this? Why do I feel stuck? Why this? Like, I always asked why. Be bold. Be bold with your requests when it comes to the universe, especially when it comes to, it's going to take time, but the value of it is going to be worth your time, worth your efforts, and to keep going. That perseverance is that diamond, okay? So for real, and that's that wise choices right there. And temptation. There will be temptations, but that's why I feel temptation is tied with those wise choices, okay? And you'll be able to really, with all of this, realizations coming in and the opening of your heart, because this really grants a lot of opening of the heart, because instead of looking at someone like, you know what I mean, right? And you'll just be like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, all right, I'm so happy for you, that's awesome. You're going right the other direction because that's the other direction you're going now, right? Yes, this is why I started doing this. Okay, because I asked those questions. I was in the same boat. I was like, what? Why? And this is why. This is what got me in the game. Was I started playing with cards with myself, talking to myself in the mirror, and then coming into a realization that me is talking to me, the universe that's within me, and I'm talking to the universe that's in the mirror that is of me within me. And then I gave it a voice. The cards. Yes, right. I know it, dude. I've blown my own mind out like all the freaking time. It's freaking unbelievable. I love it too. All right. So to take it back a step, because I'm so excited, because it's just like, everything's becoming so unbelievably clear. And I feel like that's that, that Empress energy of yourself. The sublimation of the ego. I mean, it's going to be so easy to not be an egotistical energy of yourself, because, if someone ends up with that opportunity, that ego triggers and go, why me? Why me? Now it's going to be like, oh, okay, well, that wasn't meant for me. So, okay, I'm putting more work into this area, but also pay attention too about, the true form in things. The deception, okay? You have to listen to your heart, listen to your intuition about, deception, dishonesty, especially when it comes to collaboration and work with specific people that may actually have, a tie or a balance over it. And there'll be messages and things put in your vision with your guides, your spiritual team, that's going to let you know, okay, you might need to shift over a little bit. You might need to step outside of your comfort zone. You might want to go for something different because someone's pulling one over on you and nothing is going to come out of the situation. So that would be why that person would get that opportunity, and you would be stuck doing work over work, but then it would come into realization what's going on, and then you would end up with a better job, possibly. It's just all in how it shows with your spiritual team, your intuition, and really listening to yourself, okay? Because that's what really illuminated all of this for me, is listening within myself, talking to myself, talking out loud with my guides in the universe and the forces of life. That's just naturally what I did. I mean, And this is that responsibility of manifesting, because this is the magician card. So that's the taking full responsibility in heart and soul manifestation of what you want to work towards, okay? And that's trusting your authentic self. Full on trusting your authentic self. All the masks coming down. When you eliminate your own masks, everyone else's masks are eliminated for you. They still wear it. People still believe what they are putting up, but you can see beyond it because you've taken yours off and you saw behind your own mask, and you start learning what other people's masks are. And don't take it personal, because they don't even know they're doing it. That's how we give that element of understanding with that pure heart right there, because they don't even realize they're doing it. And it's hard to let someone know, hey, you're kind of putting up a front, because then their ego's triggered and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. What? You're crazy. Yeah, like they do that. So, okay, this is that strength, that ebb and flow, to be able to go with the momentum of all that strength and consequences or choices and their consequences. So really being able to make wise choices and being able to allow one to go within the flow of what plays out. Because just like I said in my Capricorn reading, you can learn all you want to learn when it comes to readings, okay? And understand and see a lot of things of possibilities of the future. Possibilities. Keep in mind they are possibilities, because we do have free will when it comes to other people that are in play, okay? And minds get changed, directions get changed. So this is why it's good to understand and look at all possibilities before you and how you would take action, make wise choices. If this were to happen, how I would do this, and look at the best case scenario and look at the worst case scenario, but don't hold true to that, right? You hold true to what you see laying out in your situations, and then you take the wisdom of this and piece them into what's being played out in your life. Because if you try to work this out before all of that is played out, you kind of put a foot in your mouth, and then it just kind of blows up in your own mind, actually. And then it kind of creates a 9 of swords. Like, I thought I did this, and I thought I did this. And it really just causes a lot of internal friction with yourself, that disowned self and that clear mind, but also hurtful thinking. That's hurtful thinking on yourself, okay? So be wary of that, okay? And that's that, why I feel clarifying that is that appropriate thinking or assumptions or dropping of a lot of assumptions. There's no longer a need to assume. You can play with and look, and then look in your sphere of yourself, and then watch and observe what gets played out, what the universe starts playing out. And that's how you correspond and work with the universe and forces of life and things that get played out. That's how you correspond. That's how you work with, with life, basically. Okay. And I've been guilty of this, and then I really started to figure out, I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. I have to watch what unfolds, and then I can use this in a way to play with that. So that's how this works out. And this is why I feel there's these transparent, unfounded fears being free of all of these fears. So you no longer have any fears, because you looked at every scenario that could possibly happen. And then you played out in your mind, okay, well, if that worst case scenario does happen, this is what I would do. Because of what I am hearing when it comes to my spiritual team, what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling, okay? You have to listen to what you're feeling, because if you just go upon everything that you're seeing, you could miss something, or you could miss some sort of warning of something saying, hold on now, just hold on, hold back, watch this real fast. Okay, then do it. Okay. And that's how I figured it out. and that's how I was able to, play with the cosmic womb. And that's that internal feminine, that, sublimination of that feminine energy of really being able to nurture both hands. Okay. And being able to really heal those fears, and not be led by fear, fear of losing a job, fear of someone getting this opportunity, and then you're just left in the dark. It eliminates the fear of feeling you're left out in the cold of information you should have. Obviously, well, I guess it's not the right time for that information to be there. So just play on with what you have. And that's literally actually doing the act of enjoying the moment. That's that real enjoy the moment that everyone, talks about. And everyone's like, well, how do I do this? Oh, I know. I've asked those same questions, especially when it comes to doing a lot of research, when it comes to self-healing, self-realizing, self-unification of the self, all of that. I asked the same dang questions. I was like, well, hold on now. This don't make no sense. How do I let people know about this? Because that's not as specific as it really needs to be, in my own opinion, because I'm confused and I'm a freaking Aquarius now. Come on. Like we're one of the most up there people when it comes to visionary, the dreams and everything. And thank the universe that I have 4 counts of Capricorn to bring me down from the sky to go, okay, here's how you ground it. Thank you. That's what I needed. Right. I mean, that's what we're all trying to figure out here without us even realizing this is what we're trying to figure out. But then some of us are starting to realize this is what we're trying to figure out. And then we're like being misled one way, unknowing. Like, it's not like, these people are trying to help, but I feel like they're getting bits and pieces too and playing with it too, and then kind of expressing what they've been going through. And so that's how I've really worked to cook it up more and explain further, okay, to be able to help have that inner peace, because everyone wants to say, have inner peace. You have inner peace with yourself, love yourself. And it's like, well, that's all fine and dandy if I could actually feel it. I want to actually feel it. I want to actually see it. I want to see it start to work. I feel like that I'm just blindly figuring something out and putting things here, and I'm not seeing the full picture, And it's like, no. This is why I steadfast and committed to a lot of this, because I wanted my 10 of cups. And if I could figure out in specific details, step by step, how to get a 10 of cups, boy, do I got some gold, right? Boy, do I want to go start telling people, hey, you want your 10 of cups? I got step by step by step by step. Let's make your 10 of cups too. So yeah, that's what's up. So I'm going to get into some tarot cards, because we do have right here, there is some hidden energy when it comes to one's inner journey. We do have the flow with love. So this works a lot in love too, okay? Because your person wants to reach the same level as you, okay? So they have to go through their steps. And if we try to help too much, it doesn't give them time to listen to their inner truths and to have their own acceptance of their own authentic energy. And that's where this tower energy comes from. And we have to let them have their own tower moments just as much as we had our own tower moments about us. And if we try to help too much, it's like, it's kind of like, a mom has to wean the baby off the nipple eventually, and it's not balanced. It's not balanced. So I feel like this is why there's this ebb and flow when it comes to strength and courage and a sense of wonder with this hero here, the hero and the child, okay? Because some of them are learning lessons when it comes to their inner child, which is that lessons of the disowned self. And they probably went through a lot of that too. And they're going through this really metamorphosis, open heart energy, because if they don't open this heart, how do you expect them to make wiser choices? You have to have that feeling. You have to have that trust in yourself, okay? Because you put trust on someone else, it's too much of a burden. It's too much on each of y'all. Both of y'all have your own journeys, have your own play you're going to play with. And if this one puts too much on this one, it becomes off balance. And you want pure balance, pure collaboration, working together and being able to create this, 9 of cups, both coming into like this 10 of cups, if not more, depending on how both really heightenedly illuminate, because we are really waking up to some serious power couples that are coming in to really change the way the government is making society do things. Okay, this is a big reason why a lot of this is happening, in my own opinion, because I feel some things in the way we're living is just unbalanced, not right. And this is why we have a lot of destruction going on. If you don't have the element of Kali and destruction for a new beginning, how can you have room to be able to create this new beginning? You have to clear out the old. You have to clear out the resentment energy to be able to open up the heart. It's the same thing with our own laws. It's the same thing with, the function of the earth. The fires, forest fires happens just to be able to cleanse and replenish, renew a lot of, the growth, basically. Usually that's why, for huge forests usually go through some sort of cleansing of the fire and, and rebirth a lot of, stuff. So I feel like that's what's going on. And that's why we're coming to a lot of these supreme couples in a way. Okay. Because of that element and because of all the growth and the understandings and the elimination of the old way of doing things, because the old programming obviously is not working. The fact that we can't support ourselves on a regular minimum wage job if we have nothing else is not working. The fact that, there, a lot of you already know, you see it. You see the functions and things. The fact that you have to work almost 40, 50 hours a week just to even support yourself or maybe a child. And then these child's emotional vulnerabilities, the fact that their mom's not there all the time, they're getting, dealing with other people. They never get to see their mom. They never get to see their father because they're always working. I mean, that's not right. We're building off of trauma and heartbreak already when it comes to these little children. No, I just don't believe in this. And that's why I feel a lot of this is happening. And it takes us to grow before we can really shift and pulsate out that knowledge and energy. But if we don't understand how to teach it, how can we give it? So I had to learn how to teach it to be able to give it out. Okay. So, and then I used a lot of myself as an example, things that I've went through, videos of me in freaking tears, videos of what I was going through in real life, the things that we go through as people in the function of the way society is working, not, what people, in an element of what people are doing to people because of emotions of abandonment, trauma, people beating people up. The fact that I wasn't able to get some sort of freaking help when it comes to abuse in relationships. There's a lot of programs out there when it comes to this, and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're feeding off of their funding and then throwing these people aside or dishing them a little bit, like this unequal give and take. And I went through a bunch of organizations that are constantly doing that and just threw me aside when, hold on, I'm a single mother. I have a hard time working. Why am I not getting this help? you're there for that very specific reason. You should not be able to push people away because, oh, we don't have enough funding. Well, then this is a problem because there's a reason why that organization's there, and it's because of these people. And if they need help, that's your freaking job to do so. You tell us to do our job, and then you pay us not nearly enough to be able to keep everything up, but you expect, that's exactly what's happening. And that's what we're taking care of. Whether we know it or not, whether we foresee it happening in our own life or not, breaking it down to the bare minimum simpleness is we're just working our way to our own 10 of cups. There's going to be people that is going to be granted the opportunity to go into being able to shift a lot of this, but let's worry right now about our own 10 of cups, basically, okay? And then you will be ushered in. If that is the path, if it is accepted within the heart, okay? Because it takes certain people that have that calling to be ushered in a way. Because some people, it'll be too much on them, and them just having their 10 of cups is enough, and that helps, okay? The fact that these people are creating their own 10 of cups pulsates that energy out, okay? And it helps the knowledge because you're going to naturally express how you got it. So, I mean, it's just going to, the knowledge is going to naturally flow out, especially when you have pure proof and pure proof all over your face and heart, right? Right, exactly. That's what we're trying to prove. That's what we're trying to do. Right. I mean, that's what I've been trying to do. Okay, so tarot cards. Okay, here we go. What we got about this: courage, new ideas, orientation of the goal. Okay, there is a cutting of ties of some sort of addiction or being chained to someone that is unhealthy for you, this deception and dishonesty. But there is heartbreak involved in it. Just a lot of these understandings and, being kind with yourself, giving yourself beautiful communication. Everything's okay. I know this hurt. I know this was, this is how you would talk to a child, a little baby child that, hurt themselves or got bullied around. How you would speak to them is how we should speak to ourselves, okay? Because it helps heal. If you sit here and have a cutting sword on yourself, you're not doing this. Da, da, da. How do you think that? Think of how you would do that if you did that to a child. What happens? It's the same thing. So, experiencing life as it comes, the drift here, wishes, all right? Passionate, new opportunity. Some of you, this is a passionate new endeavor, physically, okay? With a lot of this coming in, it's going to show whether you're moving, some of you, or shifting to a different job, or it's just your perspective, okay? So some of you, if nothing happens in your external, it's because it's happening internal, and you are creating your wishes being able to come true and be revealed to you within your own eyes and see it, okay? Seeing the results. We had that card here, seeing the results, the peace and well-being, feeling the peace and well-being, feeling the safety, That's what we want to feel. We don't want to feel scared and go, okay, I just got to stay focused. I just got to do this. We don't want to feel that, I wanted to eliminate that. And that's exactly what I learned how to teach to be able to eliminate. And what? Victory. Just getting that victory. What? Yes. What? Yes. Oh, thank you. You're amazing. I tried. I worked so hard, y'all. I worked so hard to figure all this out because it's real problems, you know, it's real issues. It's real issues we go through every single day. It's what we suffer inside, and it's what I suffered inside every single day. And if I didn't want to go through it, I mean, come on. Like, I wanted to go, hey, y'all. I know you feeling this. Hey, I got answers here. Let me help you here. Let me give this to you here, because it helps and it works. It's hard. It takes perseverance, no doubt, but it's here. And I figured it out, and I just want to rip up this veil, this illusion we've been living in, because it's like, I feel like that's exactly what it takes, to be personally honest, it takes all the power away from our own government keeping their thumb on us. And it makes a lot of sense why maybe my YouTube isn't as big as I would think it should be, but I see why. Because I'm a huge threat. Wouldn't I? I would be one hell of a threat. Okay, yeah, wow. Some of you, there's a death to a commitment, or a death to an old way of doing things into a new beginning. So yeah, the opportunity. Wow. Yeah, there's definitely a huge shift going on here. Well, yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I love your comments. Thank you so much. Yeah, see, it looks like there's an energy of this is rest, taking rest for yourself, especially when it comes to sublimation of ego. And if there's an element right here of soul retrieval, if you feel an element of lost, you're constantly confused about something, you feel something is missing, and you just keep trying to fill it up, and you're stuck. If you feel stuck, I've been giving free soul retrievals. And this stuff works. This helped me with my own clarity. And it gives, it's for real, gives you a lot of emotional and mental freedom. Okay. And it's right here, this soul retrieval. Hit me up. Email me something. I will message you. Get me on Facebook. Get with me, because I will send you a soul retrieval. This stuff hurts. It sucks. But in the end, when you really allow yourself to rest, you will feel a whole new person, and a lot of your answers will definitely be revealed. Okay, because I've noticed this is one of the most important elements when it comes to self-awareness and self-healing. I went through a year of trying to self-heal, and it took me to read a soul retrieval book to really feel and wake up to a lot of this. Okay, a year of trying to self-heal and laying in my bed, crying my eyes out over things and wondering what's going on. Why am I not feeling the difference? And I ended up, reading this book, and I'm like, well, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I am feeling that. Yeah, I am getting that. Okay. And even and I started reading this book a few months ago, and I've done like 3, 4, 5 soul retrievals on myself. And it's not like, when I think about it, it's not like, oh, I get a soul retrieval. No, it's like, oh man, it's time for another one. No, this is going to be rough, because these are these unfounded fears. Okay. And it helps with the full acceptance of the self. Okay. It really does. And this is also this energy, the elven night in leadership, when it comes to the cosmic womb and the pure intent of one's heart, understandings, possibly a calling, you feel like you're missing something and you have no clue what it is. You're missing a piece of yourself, and you're trying to, this is where addiction comes from. When I started doing soul retrieval on myself, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. It was actually very easy. And I've been trying to quit cigarettes for the last year and a half. And I would still feel the want of a cigarette. Now, I just don't even. I was just like, the thought of it now is just, it makes my soul, because I got that piece of my soul that's, helped heal that want to try to, put something in whatever you're feeling missing, and that's also an element that helps when it comes to addictions, possibly relating to drinking. Okay. I've seen that as a piece when it comes to people drinking. It's because they're trying to suppress or trying to fill this hole inside themselves that they don't know why is there. They don't know what it is. This soul retrieval thing is fairly new. It's been out there for a while because this book is from 1991 and I'm 30 years old because I was born in 1991. Why do we not hear more about this? If it's this important, if it actually changes this much about ourselves, why have we not been hearing more about this? These are the questions I asked, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I was like, because this seems to be extremely important, and this is exactly why, I'm like, y'all, I'm giving free soul retrievals right now. I jump on it. I'm like, to be personally honest. I've even given someone's been watching a lot of the things when it comes to soul retrievals, and she wanted to know what the book was, and I gave her information of the book for her to learn herself, and that's quite all right. That's awesome. Hey, you want to learn it because you'll probably be a soul retrieval teacher or someone that gives soul retrievals out to someone else. So heck yeah, you want to know the information? I'll sure as heck give you the information. It's hard to do them on yourself. It says in the book that it's a miracle thing that to be able to do soul retrievals on yourself. It says you're supposed to go to a shaman to get a lot of these soul retrievals. Yeah, well, I am not your average person, apparently. So, all right. So we have support, soul healing over Nine of Swords energy. I just love it. Social awareness. Oh, not allowing oneself to come to a rise. Yeah, don't give rise. So that's that healing of that that anger, frustration energy, I know it. I've been doing so much work towards this. Where is it? Oh man. I know that feeling all too well. Well, yeah, so there is support and soul healing over that energy. Okay, we do definitely see that right here. Okay. Sanctuary, coming into sanctuary. It's a gestation period because you will need rest after a soul retrieval. My last soul retrieval felt like I was hit by a freaking train. I think I did do a reading, and then after the reading, I was just in bed the rest of the day, crying my eyes out. I ended up with messages from my ancestors, from my family energy of things of why, when it came to my soul getting lost, why these pieces happened, and excuses you give to certain people because of soul healing understandings, oh, well, okay, that happened because they're missing pieces of themselves and da-da-da. Okay, yeah, that might be true, but that's putting excuses on the actions and the cause and effect those actions took on you. And so you have to face it for how you feel. You feel abandoned, cry and say, I freaking felt abandoned and this sucked and it hurt and I hated it and this is exactly how I feel about that action. And see, I had to. I literally, because I was always so caring, so understanding to the things that I went through. And it's like, okay, I get it, I understand where you're coming from, but I didn't give that love to myself saying, well, this is how I feel about those actions. You don't have to face those people, but you sure hell have to face yourself about it and how you truly felt about that. okay? Because if you don't, you're only suppressing your own healing and self-awareness of why your heart broke, of why that hurt. It, especially when it comes to family, why that hurt. And that is real self-love and really caring for your own broken heart. I know we want to give love to our family and give understanding to our own family, but we've really got to face what we truly feel in our own heart about the actions that were done, and even when it comes to other people, we have to face that too. We have to, if someone has the courage and bravery to face you about maybe some of your actions, take it for what it is. Even if you didn't mean it for be that way. They didn't mean it for it to be that way. You feel abandoned, but they still felt that way. Give them that opportunity to face feeling that and to face feeling that's how they feel, and well, yeah, apologize. And then don't be hard on yourself. Don't take no sword against yourself over it. Just evaluate how you would do differently and to make sure that you're not hurting someone else. Because if roles were switched, feel the same exact way that person's feeling. So why aren't you going to have hard feelings on that person for saying that thing to you? No, care. All this is worth all this care, because all of it shifts around. I mean, that's part of that energetic bank, all of it is part of that energetic bank. I mean, those actions go into that energetic bank. Those thoughts go into that energetic bank. And if you're putting bad thoughts, if you're putting bad, intent, and you're wanting to whitewash the bad intent, or being like, oh, well, that's part of life. Oh, well, that's part of life. Oh, well, that's part of life. We might want to be careful about that one. Yes, dang. Movement into nurturing. Good. Definitely ebb and flow. And we have this Chariot card into really being able to nurture a lot of this energy. And some of you, this is definitely movement tied with an earth sign. If you're an earth sign, there's going to be a lot of movement. And you could end up with some sort of tower moment about maybe a truth tied to something back here. There could be love, hidden energy. I'm really hearing some Ten of Swords energy, but it's like, take it for what it is, embrace your feelings and grow, and listen. Definitely allow yourself to listen, because this is that speaker of truth and acceptance of that speaker of truth, that 13 energy. See, 13 is like my favorite number, and it's been very prominently coming out in my life right now. And it's weird because I really don't know how it ended up my favorite number, actually. I just know ever since I was little, 11, maybe I was around 12 when it became my favorite number. Maybe around 13. I mean, I want to say, I don't want to be like, oh, it was around I was 13, it must have been, not trying to put on a mask here, okay? I'm trying to be as authentic as possible, and this is why I'm really not sure why it became my favorite number, but I sure hell did get it tattooed on my arm because it was always my favorite number. And then it's like, crazy, because some of these cards that are numbered 13 they all align, are congruent with each other. Like in here, in this deck, the Shaman deck, the number 13 card is a message. And that's funny because this is trusting your heart, so this could be a message of the heart. So it's like, oh, that is so cool, and this authentic energy. See, that's what I'm saying, and I just talked about that. This mini masks energy, dropping all the masks, understanding your own masks too of your past, because helping to understand your own masks is also what's going to help to understand other people's masks. So you don't take these masks personally, especially when they're putting up a mask on you and you're like, why are you wearing a mask? I mean, I can see past that. Don't take it personally, because there's a reason why they're still wearing it for their own selves and their own understanding and revealings they have to go through. So there's no point in taking it personal, because it's like they're only going to take a sword personally more on themselves, because in a way you're taking it personal. So that's going to be in your energetic bank too. Something is going to happen to where it's going to make you realize why, because you asked why. So that's why I feel like I went through so many things that I went through, because I asked why. And then the universe is like, okay, we'll show you why. You want to keep asking why? We'll show you why. And it's like, okay, I'm willing to take it. And that's so funny, because we have here 5-5. That's crazy. That's one heck of a change. Huge change of, mourning, understanding when it comes to mourning, understanding when it comes to heart pains, things not working out, energies of picking and choosing your battles, possibly not getting that opportunity, and then picking and choosing your battles, understanding, mourning with yourself about this, but keeping true to your heart. See how that cat's tail? You always know what a cat's saying, especially by their tail, because their tail is the key to their heart. And it's so funny, because my cat loves wrapping her tail around my arm. And it's like, oh, you really love me. And my cat's the one that taught me that, was a cat's tail really is connected straight to their heart. And this cat's tail is, on that heartfelt, everything on them, that's clarifying the speaker of truth and acceptance of this. Really amazing. And then there's this cup over here. That's probably, your relationship energy here. Either with other people, because it can be other people, or it can be in love, someone you have close to your heart. And so you keep them very close to your heart back here, but you're healing a lot of these spilt cups that could be past relationships, past love relationships here. And that could be tied to that tower moment, but also an energy of self-perseverance, now or never, possibly with some sort of opportunity. We saw that opportunity card over here. Death to a commitment, or there's some sort of death to something. It's the Hierophant, so that could be court for some people, because we also have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is also one of cutting truths, straight to the point type of thing. And this is clarifying the unexpected, some sort of surprise, but don't give rise, it will be, and don't take on too much, because you do have this taking on too much and this overwhelming of emotions happening. So just kind of, and know that there's plenty to go around, and that it's a learning opportunity when it comes to this shipwreck energy here. Okay. A learning opportunity and staying, balanced and harmonized with your emotions. A learning opportunity when it comes to understanding many different possibilities, analyzing all these possibilities, and playing with whatever you learn, and to things that unfold in your life, in your tangible life. Okay. Okay. What are we at? An hour? Okay. Transparent fears here. Okay. This could be a decision in love for some, but I did not see the Lovers cards out here. But there's some sort of transparent fears and ownership and or leadership energy. Deconstructing. Oh, and being free. Okay, between two people here in your life. One of them's an earth sign or have heavy earth energy, and one of them's a fire sign or has heavy fiery energy. Yeah. And they're both males, or you are in a masculine energy and someone else is heavily in a masculine energy. That can be at play. What about this soul retrieval, the beautiful beauty way, the ego freedom? Equal give and take. This is an energy of being of service with a Queen of Swords. The owl, that's tied to a Queen of Cups. The journey to the star, one's wishes and dreams coming true and making the flowing with it and towards it. You will have a message of, you are understanding the messages. This could be a bunch of, this is spiritual messages. It could be about the flow, the ebb and flow. And then there's a decision about cutting ties with someone. So yeah, this could be a decision in love, very much so, about which one you're going to cut ties with, possibly. And then taming the wind. That's that mental conflict. Taming that mental conflict. Oh, wow, yeah. With truths. So you're taming all of it with understandings of a lot of truths. Love, the beloved. There's some sort of sneaky stealing energy tied to some sort of Queen of Chalice. The beloved, I'm going to clarify that. This could be lies. And with a missed opportunity or contemplation about some sort of lies. And this is tied to judgment when it comes to an Emperor energy. Damn. And justice. Strength when it comes to possibly single energy with an Empress, High Priestess energy, and justice. And Two of Cups energy. There is a heavy energy about love in this. Yeah, let them do what they need to do. And if your heart sings their name, all I can say is just be loyal to your heart. I mean, that's all I can say. Be loyal to your heart. And I mean, because trying to replace a name that's on your heart, I tell you, it does not work. If you don't feel it with someone, and no matter what you do, and you're around them and they don't make your heart go boom, 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 you know, that they're just not the right person. That's not the person. But if you know who that person is and you have a freaking clear heart name over your heart, the only thing I can say is be patient. There's especially, give yourself patience and give, it's like, just give them that space, because if their name's on your heart, I mean, I can only imagine the healing they're going through and possibly third-party energy they're going through because your name is on their heart, So I mean, I was really very uneasy about saying stuff like that in my readings in the past, but yeah, now I'm just kind of, I'm even to the point to where I'm like, hey, it's, look at that. I mean, left out in the cold, wanting to walk away energy, 10 of Wands, it's a burden because it's a 2 of Cups. It's for real, a 2 of Cups. So, to be personally honest, all I can say is stay true to your heart, not true to the person. You don't have to put that burden on them. All you have to do is just be like, well, this is what my heart's saying, and until it changes, this is just what I have to do. There's obviously lessons I have to go through when it comes to your own personal self-worth as to why you're single, or why there's some sort of decision in love happening, because there's self-worth lessons going on, and more than likely this is being mirrored with the other person, because they're going self-worth lessons as well, and possibly the people they're dealing with, and you don't know what they're dealing with and why they're dealing with it and you don't know all the details behind the scenes. I mean, that's why the owl is there. And there's no point in getting frustrated or mad at the person they're dealing with, or even themselves, or wanting to deal with that person, because that's the journey they chose for themselves. That's what was meant for them to go through, and give yourself a sense of acceptance over that, because they have to accept that too. And you can only imagine the pain of acceptance that they would be going through right now over a lot of this, because if it's this much of a burden to you, can you only imagine the burden they're going through? You know what? I've told myself I couldn't because of some of the things I do know, some of the things I do see and have seen and could only imagine, and yet can't even imagine, because I know the pain I went through, and I can't even imagine how amplified it is for them, because of feeling stuck, because of feeling trapped, or because of feeling backed into a corner, because of the fact our organizations truly don't help those people that are in very rough situations, because of the fact that these organizations had told me to pack a bag and leave a situation if I'm in an abusive situation. And you know what happened? That person, after I left, called the cops. And then I ended up stuck with all the charges, and I was the one having to defend my own life. But and they tried to not push charges, but the state picked it up. So, I still got stuck with it. And that's how, when I went to a career college to try to do something with my life, why it doesn't work, because now I'm a liability because of my background. So that went down the drain. For me defending myself. That's pretty funny, right? So this is why I feel how I feel about these organizations, because I feel they need to start upping their game, because this is bullcrap what people go through. And then people, we help, come to us. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And I did go to y'all. And no, you didn't. So I actually tell in my readings, if you're in a situation, don't just pack a bag and dip. Don't just pack a bag and dip, because that turned bad on me. And obviously, apparently, you're supposed to stay there and keep getting beaten until the cops are called or die. Apparently, that's how I feel about it. But it's neither here nor there, huh? We're working on it. We're getting there, because it's not like they care. They're the 1% with all the money in the world and can do whatever they want. And we're the ones that have hardly anything and are just trying to be able to freaking do things to just survive this life. So, right. Okay. Not saying that maybe your person's going through an abusive situation, just had to clear that out there. Not saying people are, but there are people out there that do go through this, because I've been one of them. Right? Right. Okay. Anything else I need to pull out here? I'm going to pull some Zolar cards for y'all, because this gets really specific, and I love how specific it gets. Down to what some of these people look like, or what their energy is like, and you're going to be opening up to seeing a lot of what people's energy. You're going to start seeing what specific negative energies look like, and how it makes someone be, and what positive loving energy is like. Someone that's very healing on themselves is like, okay? And you'll see that naturally by the way they do things, by the choices they make, by the way they are, by the way they carry themselves also. All right? So we have here this devil energy with 3 of swords, and it says you'll receive a message or a letter, this courage, orienting one's goal, and this is influence and association with a dark lady. Okay, so we're going to go into this graceful surrender and this rebuilding of oneself when it comes to experiencing life as it comes, and wishes and new beginnings. This is a light-complected man over 40, possibly gray or bald, and this denotes trouble, gossip, or slander. Gossip and slander, you might as well look away, because the person that gossips and slanders is the one that's going to end up being shown that they just okay. So there's no even point of even trying to, if you feel the need, like someone comes to you and say, well, this and this, say your truth. This is how this, and this is what I did. That's not true, but you're going to believe what you believe, and I'm going to keep doing what I do. Just stay true to you, because there's no point in, I made a post. What was it? It was like, guard the ones that are behind you, respect the ones that are, I didn't make this part, respect the ones that walk beside you, and it said defeat the ones that are in front of you, or try to defeat the ones that are in front of you or try to block you. And I was like, I marked out defeat, and I put walk past. For if they do not have your focus, they have no control over you. Wow, I remembered it. Sweet. I was meant to remember it. Okay. Victory, influence, and association with a medium dark man over 40. Influence and possibly associated with a medium light man over 40, possibly gray or bold. And then we have this Hierophant, wise choices, opportunity, and this higher death energy. With that, a slight delay in plans or disappointments, and denotes business worries and setbacks and difficulties. Know that what's meant to play out, it still will play out for you, and just trust your life path. You built this for yourself. There's a reason why you correlated all of this, and know that the whole universe and the life forces are on your team. Your spiritual team is right there with you. They know what's going to happen, and so you just kind of flow with it. If you're making the right choices, if in yourself you're staying focused for one, your energetic bank, and staying focused into your daily, little things, routines, keeping, an uplifting energy in yourself, talking this uplifting energy into yourself and with other people, it's going to be okay. No matter how bad it gets, it's going to be okay. It will, in a sense, be corrected, or what's meant to happen will happen, but there's something better for you in the longer run, okay? Yes, new subscriber. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Hello. Okay, and then we have this sublimation of ego. This is with a Queen of Wands, and this possibly a death energy or a rest, taking rest, okay? Because Four of Swords has been a family death energy for me, and so I always put that in there as a possibility. And if you did go through a death or a death in the family, my condolences. I'm very sorry. This is the responsibility of oneself, this resilience and conviction in oneself, influence and associated with a medium light lady. Pertains to a home based upon card over or under the medium light lady. All right. And then we have the Nine of Swords, this conscious awareness, sanctuary in the self, full confidence of the self, to where you're not giving rise to any of the sharks around you or any of the gossip going on around you. And you have this soul healing support, equilibrium here. This is denotes of sympathy and love and drastic actions. Interesting. Okay. We have the ebb and flow, strength and courage. And the choices and their consequences. And this is tied to the Chariot movement with a Queen of Pentacles. Denotes a pleasant surprise, affections or assistance and favors, and a wish come true, pertaining to card over or under, and favors and assistance or a pleasant surprise, tied with a Queen of Pentacles person. And it looks like it's a female because it's a queen, but a male can portray a very feminine energy, okay? Very nurturing. Not that they're gay, but some of them may be gay. But they're nurturers. This Okay, this Five of Cups, this morning energy, be in this self-perseverance, acceptance of truth, and picking and choosing your battles. This denotes uncertainties and anxieties. Flow through those uncertainties and anxieties, okay? Breathe through the anxiety, breathe through the frustration, understand, talk with yourself. A lot of the things that I talked about, because it will really help a lot of this mental conflict, okay? The truth, the real truth of the matter will really help with a lot of this mental conflict. Okay, some denotes some disappointments and delays and some sort of plans, something unexpected that could, really trigger a lot of emotional vulnerability, okay? This is this Empress energy when it comes to being single or tied with a King of Cups about single energy, hidden energy. And this is influenced and associated with a light blonde man under 40, denotes of serious illness or news of a death. Wow, that was surprising. Okay, let's see here. This transparent fears, that could be a death to a situation, by the way. Instead of an actual physical death, that could be death to a situation with influence or associated with a light blonde man under 40. Okay. Call of the Fae, leadership energy when it comes to this King of Pentacles and a King of Wands. And this is an inheritance or a receipt of money from an unexpected source, influence and associated with a dark man over 40. And then we have here with this soul retrieval, freedom, and this Queen of Swords with this giving away or an unequal give and take. And this is influence and associated with a light blonde lady, future hopes, ambition, plans, and love affairs. Okay, with this Queen of Cups, we have influence or associated with a medium light man under 40. And that's that hidden energy there with the owl. And the beloved lies, some sort of missed opportunity or contemplation about lies or stealing. And this is sure to happen. That is sure to happen. Sure to happen. All right. Coyote energy about judgment when it comes to the Emperor. And this denotes of business worries and personal reverse. A large amount of money or a costly gift will possibly help you with that. All right. So we have this Aquarius energy when it comes to the journey or healing the journey. And this is a receipt of money or a gift. This is news when it comes to the ebb and flow. And this is influence or associated with a medium dark man under 40. The blade when it comes to a choice in love or making a decision or a cutting of ties. That is influence or associated with a medium dark lady. And the truth being revealed when it comes to possibly confusions or intrusive thoughts constantly happening about certain things. And this is influence or associated with a dark man under 40. And this could be revealing of truths from this person about possibly a lot of these intrusive thoughts that they have, and they want to reveal a truth of some sort. So that's where I'm seeing that coming from. This Eight of Cups walking away energy. This is news of a wedding. You will receive something or meet someone unexpectedly. Bam. All right. Now I'm going to end it up here with some of my Sacred Vision cards and wing enchantments. What do we have here? Illumination into new hope. Beautiful. Oh, and the giveaway. Interesting. Okay, and I'm going to do this one too. Okay, my winged enchantments. We have Waxwing. And Chickadee. Could be dealing with the Capricorn because Capricorn got Chickadee. And my zodiacs are on my Facebook page, Oracle Unicorn. Oh, yeah, I need that. All right, 25, illumination, new hope. Oh, man, there could be a baby involved. Okay. You enter this world with a birth cry, announcing your arrival. You spend the rest of this life with questions in search of answers. Where did I come from? Where am I going? Every sunrise illuminates where you have been, where you are, and the infinite possibilities before you. The earth is throbbing like a drum. A baby is born. Joy is born. Liquid melodies linger over the still waters of a pond, echoing the faint voices of women and the Great Mother in unison. Little one, you are blessed in beauty and light. May you be a newborn in many seasons of your life. Visit this deep blue pond often. It represents your emotions. What do you see? Can you name that emotion that pains you? Dive deeply into this phantom reflection and soothe your spirit. Your light is there, just on the other side of the shadow. Speak of it. And the giveaway. All right. You break it, you bought it. For every action you take, there is a reaction, a cost that must be measured with balance and a replacement. Where your world is concerned, the action must measure the fragility of the item and the realization that there was only one unique and irreplaceable. I feel that follows right on the line with that energetic bank understanding. When we are young, we often go to the big pawn shops in the sky and we trade something priceless for what we think we want. Years later, it's common to go back when we're desperately in need of what we gave away to see if we can get it back. But it was sold long ago and forever. We lose family, talents, love, and ideas in this great exchange. We don't think about how selling out eventually breaks us into pieces. On the other hand, if what you sold could be redeemed, who would be the redeemer? If the cost is a broken you, is the redemption a restored you? Is it possible that you've been whole all along but lack the loving eyes to see it? In the way you are, the natural way you are, in the way you go about life, naturally flow with life, with things that you really enjoy, doing. That's where I see that is lacking loving eyes to see your natural self and that it's purely beautiful, you being you the way you are, okay? In light, you overflow with love. And this is serenity, number 15. You carry the sacred arrows that teach you about the cloud so full of water that the rain comes like droplets of wisdom into your sea of consciousness, and you begin to learn. The sacred flute carries your prayers of love and all the symbols of treasured people and dreams reflected upon you with the light of the great sun. You are a sacred lover full of fragrance, and the wind comes to spread your perfume across the land. You stand before the universe in a state of grace. Name your darkness, that sad quality that you have held, and as you call it by name, feel it begin to disappear. You hold on to your faith the same way that you grip your arrows of destiny. You are not meant to live in darkness, but in the light of your own integrity. Move with the flow of life and let go of any sadness from your earlier years. Be serene and at ease as the light begins to define you. Or as you begin to come into a self-awareness and see the defined natural abilities within yourself, I can see that too. I tend to do that when it comes to those cards. All right, so we have Waxwing 37. I love these cards. They're always so beautiful. It's just, oh man, that masculine is just holding his heart. Just overwhelming with so much emotion. Oh, and that's over. Wish come true and a pleasant surprise. Whoop, whoop. Oh, why did I do a cop sound? 37. I am Waxwing, the balancing of give and take. I am what you reveal and what you hide behind. I am intoxicated with the sweetness of life. I am the ritual of ceremonial giving. I am courtesy and the generosity of sharing the good life. I am the importance of knowing what roles you play. Be aware of what you are presenting. Be mindful of the masks you live by. I am the wisdom to shape and shatter facades. I am the abundance of heart to present my joy to others. There is a great strength in letting the world know who you are. You are reciprocity. You are joyful indulgence. You are unmasked. You are waxwing. And then number 4, chickadee. I am chickadee, the discernment of right action. I am pure thought and fearless truth. I am the resolution to assert myself and express myself. I am undaunted curiosity, right? Dude, undaunted curiosity is so worth it. Like, I asked why, and kept asking why. I want to know. Undaunted curiosity. It is so worth it. Everyone has a plan to fulfill, and I am the beacon to help carry it out. Not every destiny is grand. Not everyone can make the headlines. Each of us, though, carry something or someone along just by presence. You need to pay attention. You are understanding your irreplaceable role. I am everywhere because I am curious to see the world play out. I watch to see how things work. I observe and find a way in. I do what my nature insists, and I do insist that I do, and savor my unique imprint. It is time to let your actions do the talking and finish what you have started. You are unyielding. You are the boldness of inspiration. You are purpose, and you are chickadee. Yeah. That's what's up. I felt like that one was very powerful for this. Heck yeah. All right. Thank you so much for all the new subscribes and likes and awesomeness and all the views. I greatly appreciate it. I love all of y'all. My heart goes out to y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I shall see y'all next time. Goodbye, everyone.